Okay, good morning, folks. Today is Friday and it's the 12th of August 2022. Okay, backyard garden. Okay, so far so good. Today this is the harvest, and I'm also going to draw your attention to this container that you spray, because a lot of people don't realize that, the plants, just like you, they need food, and they just don't need the food that comes from the ground or the soil. You have to enhance the soil, e.g. that's why you use fertilizer. The farmers use them. Okay, and just a little video on my stuff. This is this plant that you see over there, the citronella. Like I say, I'll break it and start another one. But so far so good this year. I don't know if you guys have experienced the same thing. We have a lot of dragonflies, so they eat a lot of the mosquitoes. So the mosquitoes really they're not here really this year that much. So I've not actually exploded on that. But again, like I say, I just don't plant vegetables. I plant, flowers, and all these things that you see: thyme, oregano. This is usually a resurrected, it was a distressed flower or rose bush that actually was not as big as this actually that I did, and you could see it. So is that one also. All right, so you can see the bolagi over here. These ones, they were really running ahead of themselves, which is the basil. But again, that's what I'll do. I'll, once they start drying, I'll get the seeds. Gardening, easy money. Seeds come from jar. These are all things that you can sell. You see this other bolagi I've started already. Okay, that's going strong. So this is just my deck. Okay, basil again, like I say, the running. That's another bolagi I started. We got like 8 weeks to go. And this is the deck. This is my deck, the back deck, where I also have more roses and things that were not roses, flowers, because like I say, I do flowers. This is the citronella bush that used to look like the small one I showed you just now. Okay, that's bolagi. This was picked about 3 weeks ago, and look at it, it's all coming back again. That's another one I started. Scallion, you see, like these ones in the pot, I don't know why they kind of flower in so early, but it doesn't matter because I still get the seeds. Oregano seems to be flowering again. Rosemary is slow to grow. I don't know why, but like I said, this is the deck because I was going to do this little video and say, just show the guys. Gardening is good. I'm always insisting on that. Okay, you can see basil over here. You see they're not really budding like those ones. Crain-crain should be ready in another 2 weeks or so. Look at them, callaloo. And the reason why they're coming up so big, because that pot there actually is a compost pot. So they are actually grown in the compost pot. Look, another bolagi over there. And this is what happens for me in the summertime. Okay, you have sawa-sawa now. I did pick the cassava leaves. I did pick that bolagi that was over on that side. You pick the cassava leaves, like you can see the way I did it. You just pluck the leaves and leave these other ones, the stem, they'll drop down. And in terms of experiment, if you want them to spread, I did break off this top of this one. As you can see, it's coming again. Look at this callaloo, man. You can't beat that. And in the background, you have crain-crain, you have sawa-sawa. All these are sawa-sawa, crain-crain, and crain-crain, it's like you could do it August, September, October. Well, I think August should be the last time you plant it anyway. You can try December. Not December, you can try September and see what happens. Okay, I think you guys did remember these ones when we harvested them the other day. But one of the plants that is really dying, and is gonna die because that's how it is the cucumber. You see, even though they're trying, nature is funny. You see? Look at that one. In fact, those are twins. I was waiting for the twins because I'm a twin. See, that's a twin cucumber over there, and they'll grow. The only thing is they wouldn't be so big, and sometimes they tend to be deformed. But all you do really and truly, just continue watering them. Okay, this is crain-crain bush coming up as well, that I did maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Sawa-sawa, this is ready really for harvest. right? And if you take all this back end, like I said, look at my tomatoes. I got like 5 different type of tomatoes. And again, with the tomatoes, you slice them up, you vacuum seal, vacuum them, and put them in the freezer. You have tomato throughout the year. Now, if you know how to make tomato sauce and all the rest of it, hey, go ahead and do it. All right. This is lemongrass. There's more tomatoes, more tomatoes. I told you. See, that's a different type of tomato. See, this is pepper. This is supposed to be. It's supposed to be spicy, hot bell pepper. We've not tried it yet, and we'll see. But you can see how flourishing they are. That's another lemongrass. That's another tomato, which is kind of different, but these are cherry tomatoes anyway. Right? And of course, this is one thing that you need. You need your traps. If you see any animal activity, you got to trap them. They call this humane trap. So you could trap and release. You know, I have not seen them, touch wood. I don't want to see them. Okay, this is more crain-crain. Okay, crain-crain is in demand. That's the other thing too, you know. This was a bush. I don't know what it is, but there's no fruit coming out of this one, so I don't even know. But in the meantime, like I say, I don't like to, you know, to destroy the plants and just leave them alone. This is my beans. Oh, look at that. That's a salad green right there as well. See that? Okay, and then you get the pepper, which I have harvested. But again, there's another pepper right there. You could leave that. The funny thing is, it's saying Scotch bonnet, but it's kind of different from the ones I had last year. See, that's tomatoes again, that's pepper, habanero, green, habanero, red. You see, roses, this is the evidence that I really will do my roses. Sometimes they survive and sometimes they don't, but that's a rose there. Right, there's pepper again. You can see those ones. You're gonna say, why don't you harvest these ones? Because these are supposed to be like red, I think, so that's why I leave them. You know, oops, and you come over here, I didn't see these. They tend to hide sometimes, so you can actually just try to pluck it, because the peppers, the thing with pepper, the stems are very, very brittle. So if you do it roughly, you might just break a whole stem. So you don't really want to do that. You want to follow the trend of the where the pepper is going, and just pull it back that way. Okay, as you can see the pepper already. Right? See? Pepper, tomatoes, the sawa-sawa. Alright? And so far so good. We've not had any intrusion from the animals in the bush. They've not jumped the fence. And this is another pepper patch that I have. You can see all my cayenne pepper, which also I've been harvesting. Little drops of water, little grains of sand, they're gonna come through, every one of them. You know, you're gonna have a lot of them. This is habanero over here. Now, if anybody knows, they can tell me this, because sometimes the leaves, I don't know if it was the heat, but you can see the sprouting again, so that's good. You know, and this is salon green seed. This is how I get my seeds. You know, and this one, I believe it should be ready for me to actually pluck and preserve. Okay, there's all pepper. Look, another one there. And sometimes I'll say to myself, I think these things actually, they get, in the morning, they'll be coming in a different way. All right, you see that? Okay, all that's pepper. One thing that's not really done very well is this guy. But as you can see, I have a few of them there. Right? See the eggplants, but the rest of them, I mean, they just, I don't know. You see, this is a whole row of habanero as well. Then you got a whole row of tomatoes. Then you come over here, guess what? Sawa-sawa. Okay, this is what I was explaining. You see the way the leaves go? I don't know what causes that. But see what happens to callaloo with these insects, these ones. They really eat them. And like I say, you know, yes, I try not to introduce the chemical part of it really, because you don't want that, you know. So this is okra, and the okra is doing well as well. It's doing quite well, you know. That's sawa-sawa over there again. He goes, oh, why you might have so many sawa-sawa? You see, another form of tomato. So I got like 5 different versions of them. So that's okra. You can see the okra, right? All this again is sawa-sawa. I did harvest the saron green yesterday. And these are collard greens. Look at that. More sawa-sawa, sawa-sawa. And my favorite potato leaf. But before I do, see this crain-crain again? See how nice they look? Look at this potato leaf. If you guys were following me, you will know that we did a video the other day. Right? It's ready to be picked again. Look at that. Let me just back up the camera so you can see how the lot is big. See? See that? All this is potato leaves. Potato leaves. And you know, I still got to take you guys to the tour on the front. Okay, all these things you've seen is the callaloo that's been eaten by those see, you can see one right there. See? You can see them. But like I said, I'm not worried about the callaloo, because callaloo I harvest them when we start in the garden. So that's usually around May, June. They be coming out, they come out by themselves. So I harvest them. You know. So like I said, this part, and I did show you guys all these ones. I know this video is a little bit long, but then I say, you know what, I may as well make a video like that. Okay, unfortunately this did not flower a lot. I think it's the sun. Now I would like to tell you the name of this one, but I can't remember. I don't know if these are hydrangeas. Yeah, these are hydrangeas, I think. You see, but they actually blossom, but they did not flower a lot. As you can see, this is like what the flower looks like. This is another part, the bigger one. Usually the whole thing will be covered with flowers, but let's see, because again, that's another one starting up, so maybe they're having a late start. I don't know. Okay, this is this mint bush. So you have chocolate mint and spearmint over there. There's a hydrangea flower because of the way the leaves are. Look at that. See, they all come through like that. See? All right. You see, but they didn't flower. I have callaloo all over the place. Look, this is kanai. Kanai, I make, well, if I use the word make money, it's still, yeah, because money I never got, because we have a weekly sale that we do. And the weekly sale actually, you know, I put them in a pot. Not weekly sale, a yearly community yard sale that we do. So I'll put them in a pot, you know, and stack them off. And I mean, people just run for them. You see how tall they go? Look at that. You can see the window. If you guys know anything about construction, you know the height. Look at the height of the window. I just start from a very small plant, and look at that. And they come, I leave them to grow here every year. And yes, those were hydrangeas, azalea, I think, azalea or whatever, azalea. This is azalea actually. Yeah, so these flowers 3 times for the year. The spring, summer, and autumn, right? And these ones are sunflower. This is another one of my roses that are resurrected, and I hope it can become a bush. It's white actually. Eventually I got a white one. See, that's a rose bush now. Pink rose bush, look at that. That's been, I mean, we're looking at least about, give and take, maybe 10 years of growth. Okay, these ones, they have an issue. You know, they bring out their leaves, and then all of a sudden, I've tried everything. The leaves are gonna start getting spotted, like they call it, the copper stuff on it, and then the leaves will all fall off. But even though they be bringing out roses, as you can see, these ones is they just want to grow tall. I mean, they did flower, but they just want to go tall. But what I'm gonna do, I'm really gonna cut it at the end of the summer. I'm gonna cut it all the way down and see if it's spread out. Okay, but you can see, like I say, I just don't do vegetables, I do the flower bit as well. This is my flower garden, you know, impatient, I don't know the name of this one. This is bells or whatever, marigold, that I planted from scratch, you know. But you can see here like the whole garden, flower garden. I forgot the name of this bush. It's in the White House as well. It's funny, it's a bush and it's in the White House. I saw that bush the other day when the president was giving a conference. Yes, and these ones again, a lot of times the name don't come to my mind. Huskies, yeah. They come out every year by themselves in the same spot because after, you know, when it gets cold, they'll die, you know, and it comes to bare ground, but they come out. These, again, I did not plant. I forgot the name of these, but they come out as well. I realize they'll bud by themselves, you know. So what I do also, I look for evidence of things eating this marigold, and you can see that there already. But I do have the solution for that. I do have the things, the pellet that you put down, because what we eat in the marigold is the slugs, you know, and they stop them from growing. These are all resistance actually. So you could see nice flower garden, you know, impatient, whatever they call the other one, I don't know, you know. But basically, like I said, I don't care too much of the names. What I care about is the beauty. Okay, and we're just gonna leave this one for 20 minutes and see what happens. Maybe I'll upload this one to YouTube, my channel. You see, it's a nice flower there. See, the leaves are you see, like the spots coming on the leaves. That's what happens. Like I've used everything they say to use, but it's still happening. So it's, I mean, they shoot out. They have stems that comes out, as you can see, but unfortunately the leaves all die out again, and they shoot out another one, and then the stems do die out as well, as you can see, with this spot copper thing they call it. You see, like these ones don't have nothing yet in them. All right, but it's flower, and I don't only do that. Like I said, I also do my lawn, but it's been dry. But you could see that it's not really looking too bad. And the funny thing was, the back was very nice. Then all of a sudden, the front became nice because the back has lacked a lot of rain. It has not rained. Well, it rained the other day, you know, but we need rain because really you cannot water the grass as in the absence of a sprinkler. But this back used to look really beautiful. It's still beautiful. It's just that the grass is dry. All right. Anyway, I know this one is a long, winding video, but we need to show to say, hey, guess what? This is something everyone can do if you dispose to do it. If you feel like doing it, you could do it. You know, and you can save a lot of money, and you don't really need to use chemical, like I said, because a lot of these plants, they're resistant, you know, to insects. It's just the callaloo is so susceptible because, I mean, it's a beautiful plant, you know. Cassava, nothing can bother it. You see, nothing can bother your cassava. Crain-crain somewhat, but when it comes to the callaloo, salon grain, those insects will be on it. Because, I mean, they're pretty, they're very appetizing. That's what draws them there. See, look at this callaloo, very beautiful. All right, folks, I hope you enjoy this video. Once again, one of my other videos, gardening video, and I'm about to water. All right, have a nice one.